Hey, what's up? This is Ian, and we are out here by the dam. And in this video, we're going to talk about getting a black belt in Judo. So check this out. So we just got this stuff, maybe about a month ago or a little bit less. It was kind of a long process because of COVID. So we were living in Japan and training Judo in Japan, and that's how I actually got my visa. So I got a cultural visa, so that's one way you can live in Japan. You could train a martial arts, or if you want to teach abroad, that's another way. And Judo is like any sort of martial art. Like if you're going to live abroad, living abroad can get like kind of lonely. But like Judo or training a martial art is a good way to meet people. It's a good way to stay kind of like socially connected, get some exercise, and learn a skill. You know, it's really great. So I haven't even worn this yet. I've been training Judo for like over a year and a half. I haven't done any BJJ or Judo. This is my name here, Ian. I can't read Japanese other than very basic hiragana like that, and even that, like I'm already forgetting it. Never really learned it that well. I got this super cool Kodokan card. If you know anything about Judo, like the Kodokan's like basically the headquarters for Judo. Judo is like, originally it's a Japanese martial art that came from Jiu-Jitsu, and then Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is kind of like an offshoot of that, which is more focused groundwork, and Judo's like both stand-up and groundwork, but it's like more Judo's a little more rule heavy. Old Judo and new Judo is a little bit different. New Judo is more stand-up. As I understand it, as my former sensei in San Francisco said, the rules are somewhat dictated by television in some sense. Because it's a little bit more boring to watch people like grapple on the ground. Anyways, it says something about, now black belt might sound super cool or like you're a master, but this is a first degree black belt in Judo, and it's called a shodan, and it actually means, it's like, some of what this says is kind of like it's like the first level, the first stage in some sense. Now, in Japan, in the USA, and all around the world, there are different like belt systems for Judo. So I started training Judo in Japan, and no. What am I saying? I was spacing out. I started training Judo in San Francisco at San Francisco City College, in around 2015 or so. And the belt system there is you go white to green, green to brown, and then you got like 2 or 3 levels of brown belt, and then you go to shodan, or first degree black belt, and then black belt you've got all the way up to, like, I don't know what the highest is. I think it's somewhere around 10 or maybe 11 degrees of black belt, and then it becomes a red belt or something, somewhere around there, 9, 10. And there's very, very few people get that high with the belts. And the BJJ belt, that's a little bit different. But in Japan, the belt system is usually for adults is you just go from white to black. And the difference in Japan is, well, sometimes for kids, they do have colored belts for kids or maybe teens, sometimes depending on the school and situation. The difference in Japan, if I was to stay in San Francisco, like you can get a black belt. How long does it take to get a black belt? A lot of people want to know that. Well, that depends a lot. Depends a lot on school, depends on you. Basically those two things. Now, my sensei in San Francisco, he always said that if you want, you can get a black belt. And let me check to see if this is still live.